Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, and I'm coming to you live on Memorex from the ultimate remote location, alternate South Avenue route. I don't feel like doing it today. I really didn't feel like doing it today. It's like 62 degrees out there. It wasn't cold and blustery, but it wasn't sunshiny. The sun has come out a little bit now because it's behind clouds. Basically, it goes from, see all the clouds in the air, the sky. It can go behind the clouds, but right now it's not. So it's kind of nice. I'm wearing my, I got a hoodie from my daughter. So, I like to be extra warm. So I got that, I'm wearing that. And then here we go, the WKBN tower. There it is. That's I believe, the tallest point in Youngstown as it was built. And if you can see, where'd it go? I was just looking at it. It disappeared. Oh, there it is. You see it now. I don't know if you can see it. It says WKBN. That's the actual television station and towers and whatnot. Coming up on South Avenue in Midlothian, what I do is I cut across here and take Sunset straight over instead of walking around the corner. But with all these cars coming, I'm just gonna walk and let them figure it out. All those cars was turning right as to probably avoid the corner. I didn't feel like doing it today. The weather was just such, and I was laying in the bed. It was my day off. Granddaughter was still at preschool, even though, see, the whole thing is, she coming. She coming, so that just kills your day. Yeah, okay, maybe not kill your day, but you know what I mean. Well, you might not know what I mean. But if she there, ain't no rest. You gotta do something. You just can't turn it off and shut down. To an extent, when I'm, I should say, out of my sanctuary and out of my designated space, of which I have complete control, I don't really just totally, relax or shut down or just go completely off guard, And so what happens is, well, my daughter, even my daughter's cool. My daughter's cool. But, she's cool. But even though you can't really just like, you just really just can't like, But with granddaughter there, forget it. You really can't just drop it and let it all go. Because it's coming. You gotta be ready for it. You gotta like entertain or do whatever it is you gotta do for it. You gotta keep it moving, because she definitely gonna keep it moving for you if you don't. And so you got to be prepared for that. You just can't, ain't no just laying in the bed with her there. Number one, you kind of don't want to, In ways, you kind of don't want to. You want to be engaged. You want to do certain things and, be engaged and enjoy her and all that stuff. You don't want to turn it off. But you need your time too. You know me, I like to have my downtime. But since you know granddaughter gonna be coming home, and you know she's gonna be somewhat excited and want this and want that and this and that and that and this. You got to be prepared for her. So, and I do want to kind of give my daughter a break as much as I can. You know, so maybe me and granddaughter go someplace. Maybe go to the Eastwood Mall or something like that. They got a play area there that's, I don't know how many people gonna be there. You know, not as a school day, but when there's the right amount of kids there, you know, she could play there for about an hour or so, real energetic, and you know, get hers in. And that's a good thing. So, and I really see, it's like, it's the weather. It's just kind of, you know, it was kind of heavy, not heavy, but you know, not rainy, but cloudy, maybe overcast is a good word for it. Temperature's down about 20 degrees from where it has been over the last few days I've been here. You know, just one of those days where you just want to lay in bed, but nope, and my daughter's off too, so we gotta figure out something to do with her. You know, to have her burn up some energy, burn up some mental time, I guess you can call it. Have her burn up some, utilize that brain stimulator. You know, get a good amount of stimulation. Stimulation is the word. As you can see, even on South Avenue, walking back towards into Youngstown, the economic development is not there. As opposed to when I go the other way, towards Boardman, and it's actually into Boardman. You know, there's economic development, there's businesses. And by economic development, I mean renovation of buildings, upgrade. You know, you come this way, it's a stark difference. It is a very, very stark difference. And I've said before, it's so stark, you almost got to realize there has to be something underlying going on. It's just right at that divide line in Midlothian. And if you look at my other videos, when I'm walking towards Boardman, the default route, you can see how the buildings aren't. You know, look at that building. I mean, I ain't trying to say nothing wrong with it, but economic development, development, renovation, or upgrade or something. You know what I'm saying? This stuff still look like it's from the 70s. In fact, probably before the 70s, some of these buildings. And, you know, I got no problem with it. The vintage buildings to show the wear and tear and show history from, you know, from weathering or whatever. You know, I'm somewhat into that. Just for nostalgia's sake, if anything. Reminds me of my childhood and stuff. But as far as making a mood, you know, or a vibe, probably ain't the most happiest vibe it's gonna bring you. You know, Italian sausage, fresh cut French fries, Italian sausage. They told me in Bellaria, the main one down on Logan, you know, the first one or the best one, they stopped serving sausage sandwiches. I'm like, what the hell is that about? How you gonna stop selling sausage sandwiches? I'm like, come on. That ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. Uh-oh, Total Wireless. That looks like a new building. No, I think an old building, at least painted it. Put on some, you know, make it look like something. See, look at that. That's something. This building still looks like it's in the 70s. That building still looks like it's in the 70s. Maybe before the 70s even. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And you come up here, we're gonna come up here in Indianola, and there's a couple of new buildings. Restoration? No, it's not restoration. It's not restored. I think it's actually the first word I said that I done forgot. Renovation. So you can come down here. But I love the place. Don't get me wrong. I love the place. And somebody told me that some P-Funk music be happening in this place, in the OG Club. Somebody told me that on Friday nights, gotta be 40 and over, okay. 35 for women, 40 for men to get in. I like that idea. Say be playing P-Funk in there on Friday. Of course, I work Friday night. But I'm sure if I wanted to, I could make it there, if not even get off at 10:50 and make it over there by 11 and catch a couple hours or something, you know? I really don't feel like being out here. I mean, I do. I feel like being out here. I take that back. I really do feel like being out here. It may be that I don't want to be. Look at it, they did their driveway. They had their driveway done. Teeny's. Go ahead, Teeny's Tavern. Looking good, Teeny's Tavern. Still look like a 1970 building though. Beautiful day though. I'm glad I'm out here. I am glad I'm out here. It'll wake me up and get me going. You know, work tomorrow, work 2 more days, and I jump on an airplane. Work Thursday and Friday, and jump on the airplane. Basically, work till 10:50. It'll be 7:10. When I get there, about 5:10. I'm gonna leave an hour before that. 4:10. Probably won't leave about 3:30. So probably gonna get up at 3. So do the math. And I usually don't go to sleep till 3. So do the math. You got a layover someplace. So we'll see how that goes. Youngstown, Ohio. We'll see how that goes. See, they painted their building. Make it look nice. They got my cousin's used car lot. That brick used cars. Brick is the one who picked me up when I landed in California. When I got off the bus in California, it was Butchie. Brick came and got me. That's what that's about. I should take a picture. That's what that's about. When I got off the bus to California, Greyhound bus station on Walnut Avenue, it was Brick, Butchie, who came and picked me up. Took me to Cousin Noreen's house, Larkin, Keegan, and Debbie. That was August of 1983. I've been there ever since. Something that I kind of forget about, but don't take for granted, that I made it out there. I've seen a lot of people come to California and not make it. And by make it, I mean, well, it's hard to say, because some people just move back. There's a difference between just moving back. Like my cousin Debbie moved back after 30 years or something like that. And there's some people who came out there and just couldn't hack it and had to bail. Back in the days when people would stay with you and run up your phone bill. When we had landlines, people used to run up your phone bill. And if you don't pay your phone bill, they cut that damn thing off. So you come to this corner, you see you gotta save a lot. And that little Boost Mobile, that looks like it's, you know, some renovation there. You know, from the color and the painting and all that. So that looks modernized. Could I use the word modernized? I think I could. I think I very well could use the word modernized. Hillshire rope sausage. Sparkle. Oh. Is there a sparkle anymore? Oh. I should pick that up and take it. Sparkle closed. The sparkle I went to closed. It didn't get any renovation, for sure, on the inside or the outside. And even I had to admit that it was kind of nasty. So even I had to say, ew, it's kind of nasty. So, but I kept going because, you know, it's just who and what I am. I like that old nostalgic kind of feel. But what got me from stopping going, and I probably said this before, it was the selection. I thought I was losing out on the selection. So, you know, that kind of pushed me aside, made me think about going to the newer Sparkle. Hey, that had me thinking about going to that one, you know, because I thought I was missing out on the selection. Not so much the nastiness, if you can believe that. Sam's Eatery. Did I say anything about Sam's Eatery? Did I get Sam's Eatery on the camera? You show Sam's Eatery? Ate there a couple times. Wasn't bad. Mostly sodium. Probably a mostly sodium thing. You know? Properly placed sodium. So her granddaughter didn't want to come on a walk with me today, and I don't blame her. She's getting kind of big for that. It's getting kind of, you know, it's not so much a thing anymore. She didn't want to come on a walk with me. And I get it, because, you know, being in that stroller, she want to run around. And it's 2 hours, it's almost like 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes or so. And yeah. It would be nice if I could, like, take her to a track or something, where I can just let her do her thing and I can walk. You know, something like that might help. Well, on this trip, I'm supposed to walk to about 5,500 steps, and I can turn around and that should give me to 10,000. And basically, that's all I'm trying to do. Winkies and Jip Jab used to be on this slab. You just don't know. Well, I ain't gonna say you just don't know, but Winkies and Jip Jab was an important part of my Saturdays. My father, we come up here and get a family pack. Get all them shoestring French fries and like 10 chili dogs, drinks. Woo! He still loves it. We're going for rides in Mill Creek Park. Him dropping us off over my grandmother's house. Over my mother's grandmother's house, I should say. I should say over grandma's house. We call her grandma. She was my mother's grandmother. Hang out over there for all the cousins and stuff. And go through that. Here we are at Dewey Street. Here we are at Dewey Street. You got this separation between East and West Dewey. Oh, that's at Market. So is this East Dewey? I guess this is East Dewey. Yeah, where I'm at, this is East Dewey. Never really stopped to think about it. This is East Dewey. And on Facebook, I saw somebody rode East Dewey like all the way up, real far, you know, up. And it was kind of nice. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to try that trip one time. Cause I never went that far, you know. I lived here, there was no reason for us to go that way. That's where I used to live, down that way. This used to be a 7-Eleven or some stop. We used to hang out middle of the night when we shouldn't have been. Whoa! Whoa! You see that? Did I get that on camera? My God, that's what I'm saying. South Avenue, Dewey Street. You say you can go that way. It was kind of a nice little ride, it looked like. Economic development, is that the word I use? Business development. You see the buildings, look here, you know, look like, I ain't gonna say they look like they did 30 years ago, because they all worn down. They all worn down now, but pretty much in the same architect or what's the word? Motif, or basically, you know, how they were built. Look at that. Look at them buildings. Look like you go back in time. 5 South Avenue. We've seen the 8 Market a bunch of times. See, look at this building. Look at this. Nostalgic. Nostalgic. Look at that. The old signs. I love it. And then you can be sure that over in that lot, there was buildings all up and down here. When it was booming, this place was booming. And like the steel mills and stuff was like right down the street, sort of, kind of. So all this was booming. So you know, it was businesses all up and down here at one time. Even here and then this and all of that, you know? Here's what it looked like. These old buildings, see, they mill out of brick. I think this one in St. Louis and Hillman, call it cold cuts. This brick building, those kind of glass windows. And the such. I wonder if I can check and see how many steps I got without stopping the video. Should I try it? Look at these old steps. You gotta love it. See the steps? Went up to the second apartment. It kind of broke down like the Wildcat, like the outdoor park. I grew up walking distance from like the 10th best roller coaster in the world, the Wildcat. It was real. This was a real ride. And they let the park go. They just let it deteriorate. This guy ain't even looking. They just let it deteriorate. And then it burned down. Not that it would have survived anyway, economically, but you know, to have it just gone. Here's another building. I think that's where I saw the buses. Or was that the other place? No, it had to be over there. Look like it's like a little lake over there or something. What is that? What is that back there? Looks like it's all fenced off. I don't think it's public can get in there. The Homage Valley Community School. Yeah, I'm starting to feel good and get warmed up. Starting to feel a little bit warmed up. I feel good. I'm glad I got out here and did this, because I laid in the bed. I was supposed to get up like 11:45. I didn't get up till like 1:30 or something like that. Which isn't all that bad, considering if I throw in the fact that maybe I'm still kind of on California time. And, you know, it's a day off, even though it's a day off in the middle of the week, after only working 2 days. You know, all that got to be factored in. Well, it don't got to be. Ain't nothing got to be anything, but you know what I'm saying. I should have checked again. how much steps I had before I started recording. I forgot. I should have checked again how many steps I got before I started recording. Because it's usually 100 steps per 10 minutes. Oh, 1,000 steps every 10 minutes. No, that's not right. 100 steps, 10 minutes. No, what is that? I think it's 100 steps a minute. Yeah, 100 steps a minute. So I'll probably get down here and take a look and see how many steps I got. Either way I could like turn around and go back. And if I'm short, if I end up short, I can always just keep walking a little bit, or not. No, I would, because I'm not working today, so it might not be any more steps after this. At least not deliberate, you know. There might be some errant steps in what we do or anything, but whew. I think I'm gonna cross the street. Walk up that way. 31 minutes. As I said many times, time shouldn't matter. Go. There we go. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. See, Youngstown was built halfway between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. 680 south, Pittsburgh, 680 north to Cleveland. 60 miles to each of those cities in different directions. That's why the mob, the Pittsburgh crime family and the Cleveland crime family, some even said the Detroit crime family used to fight over Youngstown because it was steel and there was a lot of money here. A lot of opportunity with numbers, alcohol, and clubs and gambling and such. I guess I could pause it and see if I can check and see how many steps. I want to try that one day. Do I want to try it now? I don't know. That's the question. Do I really want to try it now? No, I don't. Now I'm walking towards the sun. The sun is behind those clouds. And the sun is behind the clouds. And when the sun goes behind the clouds, the air cools, to put it mildly. South Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio. Old brick buildings. I still have a thing for these old brick buildings. From my era, could we say that? Could we say that was from my era? Or when I was born, or how I came up? A lot of bars and stuff on this street for some reason. You can see the remnants of them, or the shells of them, or some of them are still operating. A lot of bars, lounges and stuff. And all of them are like 35 and over. I saw that's like the third or fourth one. I saw it says 35 or older, 40 or older. They keeping them damn rowdy ass kids out of there. I ain't mad. Youngstown. This is Youngstown. Southside. Southside is built on a hill. And when you're walking one way, it feels one way. And when you gotta walk back up that hill, it feels another. Let me just say that. But it feels good to get to work out. Feels good to wake up and get out here. Mr. Scales told me 196.6 this morning. I'll probably weigh more than that. Because I've been doing the dog. I've been doing it. Macaroni and cheese and chicken. Oh my God. I've been doing the damn thing. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And then getting up and having cookies and red vines in bed. Shoot. Shut up. I'm glad it's only 196. If I can keep going, if I can do today I'm off, so we're gonna do something stupid, calorie-wise, I'm sure. We woke up, we'll talk about what we're gonna eat, what we're gonna do. I know one thing we ain't gonna do. We ain't gonna take that child to Walmart. You take her to Walmart, she know what that is, get toys. They say that I put that I started that I got her doing that. Cause you know, toys is cheap, and there's something about buying gifts or toys for somebody when they're there and you can see them. Because for me, and you know, it's not so much, you know, to see the look on their face and the reward, and, you know, getting credit for it or anything, you know, from the child or whatever. Is you can actually see things that she may or may not use or learn from. Or it's easier to picture, oh yeah, she'll play with this, or, you know, she'll get this and she'll do that. And you see her, you know, grab it and look at it, and, you know, would that be of interest to her? That may be of interest to her. It's a lot easier to do that and to actually see the toy before you buy it. You know, because sometimes you buy stuff and it don't be what it look like, to put it mildly. It don't be what it look like, to put it mildly. Dewey Street. Dewey Street. Dewey and South Avenue, baby. It's really Dewey and Hillman is the one. But anything Dewey, you gotta love. You gotta watch these cars. And this is a recording studio, look at that. See that? Medusa audio tampering, can you see that? This is like a recording place. I wonder if they got booths and stuff in there. I wonder if they got soundproof rooms and all of that. I wonder if it's for sale. Wanna take a look? Yeah, we ain't got nothing else to do. It almost look like it's not boarded up or anything. Oh, it's all stained glass. Can't see nothing. No, I can't see nothing. Oh, it's a school of recording. School of recording. So they probably got rooms, audio. I wonder if they got rooms and audio equipment and stuff in there. Yeah, I'm old. I'll just say I'm old. Instead of just saying the music today is trashy and filthy and detrimental to the culture, I'll just say I'm old to make you feel better. We go Cardinal Mooney. We go Mooney football field. Look where they got a football field. They got a scoreboard. I wonder if they had stands. Stuff there. Getting it in. Starting to feel the burn. And starting to feel maybe the endorphins or whatever kicking in to fight that burn. Look at this, used to be a driveway. Blocked off going up in the woods. See that? Kind of cool, if you ask me. Woo! Get back. My 10,000. I guess I could gauge by what time I left, but I don't even remember that. I can't even remember what time I left. That would kind of give me an idea how many steps I've walked so far. I do love this place. Don't think that I don't. I do love this place. Don't ever think that I don't. There's Sam's Eatery. I think we've eaten there a couple times. Nothing really impressive. I wonder if granddaughter went to sleep. I guess they be having, you don't be seeing too much of this out here. But I guess they got a couple of them. This one girl, lady, used to always be at the corner of Midlothian, and that might even be her. The corner of Midlothian and Market. Faithfully, continuously. There's Sam's Eatery. I think I can make it without getting ran over. Almost. Oh, I thought that was a real sign. That's just a plastic cover. Sign. Sam's Southern Eating, homestyle. Order online, Sam's Youngstown.com. It was pretty good. It was okay. It was definitely okay. I'm thinking now I might want a gyro from that place. Yeah. This comes, I don't know why I always like to get a picture of this, I guess because it's history or whatever, but the state store, back in the day, if we wanted to get liquor, we had to go to a state store and actually buy liquor from a state employee. There it is. We actually had to get it. We would actually have to go to a state store. Get like Bacardi. That's the only thing I used to drink was rum and gin. I never liked the brown stuff, never liked the whiskey, never liked tequila. The only thing I was rum and gin, clear stuff. But basically I was mostly beer anyway. I was beer most of the time. Y'all ain't gonna make it.
You a streamer?
Huh?
You a streamer?
I am. Well, I was. I'm gonna post it later. What? Yeah. Hey, what's up? You say you streaming? No. Whoa. What?
What's your YouTube channel?
Jeffery TV. Jeffery TV. All right. I should have gave him a card, huh? He said, are you streaming? They know, kids know. They want to be on Jeffery TV. They do. They go bricks. I said, that's the, but you picked me up from the Greyhound station on Walnut. I said 2 days on that ride. I think I had a bottle of gin with me on that ride, come to think about it. For whatever reason, I think I had a bottle of gin. Seagram's. Speaking of which, it was either that one or another one. But I made that trip a couple times. One time I made it, and I hooked this up. I caught a Greyhound to Ohio, and I think on the way back, I stopped in Chicago and someplace else and saw P-Funk. And got back on the bus and made it back to California. I forget how I did that, but I had it set up so that I got an unlimited pass. I got a 30-day unlimited bus pass. And I went to Columbus, I think Cleveland, Chicago, and saw P-Funk and came back to Ohio, Youngstown. Oh, that was good. I remember that. Jumping on buses because it was unlimited. So I go here, go there, caught one down to Columbus, saw P-Funk down there, Cleveland, I think in Chicago. And then came all the way back to California, to Colorado and Cheyenne and Idaho, I believe, and all those states on the way back. I've done some stuff. I'm very proud of my life. There's no doubt about that. I've accomplished the things that I want. The passion, my passions. I ain't gonna say fully experienced my passions, but I have definitely deeply experienced my passions, enjoyed them. I ain't gonna say a big kick, but you know, really the experience of being who I am and what I am and the things I love and passion, and I'm able to do them. And that's because everything I've done, every little thing I've ever done, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, how does this get me to where I want to be? How does this get me to where I want to be? That's the question. Everybody won't be on Jeffery TV. Walk down with a camera. I don't blame him. Look at me. Set it up curls. Set it up cuts. Re-elect Tito Brown. Tito Brown. Mayor of Youngstown. Whew. Hopefully, Emily doing something. Maybe I can take granddaughter. Me and her can go to the mall. Right out to these footballs. It's a nice little ride. She'll probably fall asleep when I wake her up. I think this place is open. I don't know why I think. No, it ain't. Oh, they're gonna show the San Francisco 49 and stuff. C's Chicken Coop. Look at this old school architecture. Look at that. Bar room, another bar. Rose. Oh, that's the Coconut Grove. Okay. So that's something, you can tell that was a spot. See, that building right there is an example of what I mean when I say economic development. See, that's a modern building. It looks like that was, you know, recently built or new, as opposed to, you know, the rest of these buildings we've been looking at. They was made in the 70s, 60s, 50s maybe. I can probably Google and find out when these were built. I'm sure they all pretty much are up for sale or something. lot of property back here that could be had. A lot of property back here that could be had. But location, location, location. You can have it for what? Fly people into Youngstown. They didn't even get here. You know, no airport. You got to drive an hour after the airport. Flying to Cleveland or Pittsburgh, you got to drive an hour. You know, so even if he was to set something up here, and people fly in and do that, see, there go more bars and lounges. You can tell this used to be a spot. This used to be a parking lot, so this must have been maybe a restaurant or something. It's Wednesday. I gotta keep track of the days. Keep track, make sure I'm still on schedule. Make sure, you know, things are still going. You know, I got this in place, this in place. Get ready so it don't sneak up on me. Another pub, Irish pub. Cochran Park, 7th Ward. I remember when we learned about wards in school. I forget what grade that was. 7th Ward, 5th Ward, all that stuff. I thought it was cool, even though I didn't quite understand it. And you know what? Even though I slept in late and did this and did that, get my steps, I probably can get back in time to start work if I had to. I'll probably get back in time to, let me see if I can see what time it is. Oh, it's 3:20. I guess I can't. Yeah, never mind. Guess I'm later than I thought I was. Guess I'm later than I thought I was. Another building. Architecture, the buildings, bricks, housing. JQs. Oh, I can make it. Woo! That's a long light. Oh no, it just changed. Where did I start this at? Did I start this? Here? I think I started about right here, didn't I? I think I did. An hour ago. No, I started before that because I shot the WKB antenna. So I started before that. All right. Not sure what it means, but thinking it means something. Here we are back in Midlothian. I got a damn good life. I really do. I got a damn good life. I really do. And as my ex-wife reminds me, it's, frequently, it said, this is something you said a long time ago. Yeah, I'll never forget. You said, my life is stress-free by design. I said, my life is stress-free by design. It's no accident. And to do that, you gotta be able to tell people no. You gotta defend your space. You gotta defend your boundaries. You gotta carve out an area that's yours that can't be invaded arbitrarily or randomly. If you want to let somebody in, that's one thing, but you gotta have a spot or a space or area or a place that where, well, at least I do, that I control completely. And if I guess I can probably go as far as to say, if somebody doing something or coming up or trying to build something, establish something for yourself with your name on it first, and then collaborate. Establish something with your name on it that you totally own, that you completely control, and then collaborate. That's just me though. That's just me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be a little short. I'm probably gonna be a little short. Of 10,000, but that's okay. That should be okay. Then when I get on the scale, it's probably gonna tell me 195. Which is up, considering at one time I was 189 a couple weeks ago, but not as up as it probably could or should be. Anyhow, y'all, swinging on y'all. 2 times for me, for the funk, and for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. A totality of it all. The totality of it all, a theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.